What up, gang? It's your boys here at the Cinestro, here to talk to y'all about some cool shit.
Cinestro, the cast, it's your weekly gold mine. Stay tuned in, stay tuned in. They got the beats, got those comic spins. I stay tuned in, stay tuned.
I held that for a little minute. What's up, gang? Welcome back to your new favorite podcast. We appreciate y'all tuning in with us to end your year or start your year, however you want to frame that. You know what I mean? It's the end of 2025, thank God. And we're going to get started with some big end of the year topics. But first, AZ. CNN News Network, Cinestro News Network. Still working out the details on that theme song.
It's on the wrong audio output. Yeah, Cinestro News. Only the finest professionalism here on the Cinestro News Network. But we got some news off rip. Oh my gosh. Oh man, I thought I had it typed up in here. This is fairly recent news. Well, this happened literally just about an hour or so before we started recording. But actor Isaiah Whitlock has unfortunately passed on at the age of 71. We don't know very many details yet, as this is just something that happened right before we started recording this episode. But he was known primarily for The Wire and a lot of other works, and he will be really missed because he was a very talented individual.
Rest in peace.
Indeed, rest in peace. But
we've lost some good people this year, and it's time we end this year and go and start.
I think it's just like, not to wish ill upon anyone, but like there's people that are like still there, and I'm just like,
why?
But why? How? Like single-handedly
thing,
disproving evolution by still being alive is amazing.
My thing is like you said, there's a lot of good folks who've passed on this year. Isaiah Whitlock being one of them. Shoot, Val Kilmer, man, like that one broke me.
Ozzy,
dog. There's so many, and you just like AZ said, there's some people not wishing any ill will on anyone, but like, why are you still here? You know, there's some names I can't name for reasons because I don't want to get sniped.
Are you here?
I don't want to get sniped, so I won't say it. But
them folks gonna come get you.
Yeah. Prayers up to the Whitlock family. Everybody, if you're real, please let out your longest shit in honor of my guy. I think that's his most, like, I know he's been in so many different roles, but I think that was his most known his most known thing, just being shit. I love it. He just like me.
He just be shitting.
Yeah. Well, in other news, I don't know. We don't have much news on the docket today. Everything that was supposed to be ended up being part of the episode, so we might as well just get right into it. Might as well.
Let's start with a movie that only Matt has both seen and heard of, because I did not even know this movie was a thing. Song Sung Blue.
Cinema.
What is that?
Let me tell y'all
what
something.
Is that?
All right, boom. Do y'all know who Neil Diamond is?
I've heard of him.
This movie is not directly about him. It is about a cover band known as Lightning and Thunder, who did, let's see, was this the 70s, 80s? They basically started doing covers of Neil Diamond songs, and they got really popular, and then they opened for Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam sang with them on stage. It was really cool seeing all that play out. Now, when I went to this theater, I didn't know anything about Mike Sardina and his wife Claire. Is it Claire? I feel bad. I'm forgetting names already. But yeah, I had no clue about what their life was like, what their life was about. It was a very beautiful story to go in with absolutely no prior knowledge, except for knowing that there was a Neil Diamond cover band. Neil Diamond well known for several songs, most notably "Sweet Caroline." I didn't know he wrote that until literally the movie. So I'm a fake music fan, apparently. Then again, I will, in my defense, that is white people's Finetto, and I am not a white people, so I don't know.
I hate that shit. Don't fucking ring me in with them whites.
Graham, not a white people. Graham,
Hey,
and
Z, you're muted.
Graham was
Oh.
listening to some SD kid before we got on here, so he don't count for that section. Mhm.
Isn't
So-
SD Kid a white rapper?
Shh. He from the ends, and
Hey, he got motion though.
from the ends, can a white boy, God forbid a white boy, have a little bit of emotion, or however they speak that in it language. But yeah, Songs of Blue. At the end of the day, it was very beautiful. I cried. I cried a little bit. I shed a little thug tear because like it goes through their whole life, and like Claire gets in an accident. Rather, a car runs into her, and she gets amputee. She gets her leg amputated from the knee down, and she deals with mental health issues. Then Mike is going through all types of medical issues. He eventually, unfortunately, passes away. But like, it does a good job of making you like appreciate life and experience and not giving up on yourself. So I really liked that. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's probably the better of the biopics I've seen, especially Springsteen, recent memory. Yeah, there's a few biopics that just honestly shouldn't have been made. But all in all, Song Sung Blue, fire. Unlike this next film that I'm gonna shit on real quick, no one has seen it. I don't think anyone in this channel is going to see it. So I think it's fair to just shit on it for like a minute and move on. Anaconda 2025.
Can we rightfully shit on this movie if it has not been seen by any of us?
Hey man,
Can we just make bold, brash assumptions? Is that a thing we are?
I think
We're
this movie is
journalists.
worth
I'm gonna
making.
make a hypothesis that it's gonna be ass.
It's fucking
Well, let
Jack
me look at
Black,
some
dude.
stats.
If
Y'all
there's
give me your
something
thoughts
off-
about it. I'll look at some stats here.
Oh god.
My thoughts are, why the fuck did they remake this film? Why did they remake the old Anaconda film into some bullshit like this? Because I love Paul Rudd movies for the most part. Jack Black movies, same thing. This did not need to happen. You know,
Oh, it's got the Zahn in it. It's got the
Steve
Zahn.
Zahn? Yeah.
Steve Zahn, my goat. Oh my god, I love Steve Zahn.
I
Well,
know.
this
That's what I'm
is
saying. Like,
definitely more of a
I
comedy
might have to watch this.
and a satirical movie from the words of Paul Rudd and Jack Black. But like, why not make a different? movie?
with that.
that's what I'm saying.
totally
Make
fine
something
with
different.
that because, like, no, because think about it. Like, if you're going to do like a harmless or comedic reboot of like a thing that's been made before, right? If you're just going to rehash it, make fun of it. I don't think Anaconda is exactly the Dead Sea Scrolls, the fucking creature features. Like, I don't think it's not like a Jaws or like a Deep Blue Sea where people care. I don't know anyone who cares about this.
True.
The
I
bar,
care.
and the older ones, I think they had what? They had fucking Ice Cube, one of them.
The
But
first
he's
one
not
was
exactly
the
like-
first one was Ice Cube and J Lo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
And,
Ice Cube and J Lo, who aren't exactly Daniel Day-Lewis. Like it's fine. Like I think this is the bar that Anaconda deserves, both as a, I don't even want to say as a franchise. Because I got some
John Boyd was
stats
in it.
here that are pretty interesting, right? It's got an hour 40-minute runtime, which I think is either
Too
too long
fucking
or too
long.
short, depending on how funny this is, depending, right? But its ratings from the outlets are as follows: Rotten Tomatoes, it is at a 53%, 3 out of 5 from Common Sense Media, and a 6.1 out of 10.
Too
Honestly,
goddamn high.
it's,
Too damn high.
I really don't think it's that bad. I really do not believe that this movie could be that bad.
Oh, come
It
on, brother.
appears to be no.
Come on.
No, this even on Letterboxd, I feel like people are reviewing this like at least somewhat decently.
Okay.
All right, let me
So
see.
Letterboxd is basically the global public square for movie discussion, right? That means we're going to be interacting with a lot of, how do I put this nicely?
Gooners.
Okay.
People, folks who do not know art very well. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. If you like what you like, if you like bullshit movies, hey man, go watch your bullshit movies.
It's actually rated very low. I think these like there might be a recurring theme here.
See?
The
But
top
it's
review is its average is a 2.7, which is
Yeah.
like
And that's
above
too
middle,
fucking
but,
high.
like,
That's too high.
Get this shit out of here.
but The summary of it, for those of you who are wondering how this
I'm
movie could be
sorry,
so bad,
people on
is a group of
Letterboxd.
friends facing midlife crises head to the rainforest with the intention of remaking their favorite movie from their youth, only to find themselves in a fight for their life against natural disasters, giant snakes, and violent criminals. Okay. Okay, I was going to defend this, but
Yeah.
That's like, imagine in like 10, 15 years from now, we're in our like 40s, 50s, and we decide to remake some fucking what's a movie we all agreed was really good?
The Goonies.
The Goonies, or let's go remake
Which
it.
is getting remade, and it doesn't need to be remade because it's probably going to be some slop like this shit.
We decide to remake fucking Pirates of the Caribbean or some shit, and we build a whole fucking boat, and we go out to the ocean, and we get fucking obliterated by a hurricane or some real pirates.
Oh my god, there's real pirates.
I just feel like if you compare this to like other like rebooted movies, right? Compare this to like your like Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, which is just
God. Wait, which
or
one?
not even that. The Halloween reboot.
All the reboots of Wait, are we talking Rob Zombie Halloween?
I'm talking a combination of Rob Zombie, which you can find like I guess endearing or stylistic qualities within, but primarily the newer ones.
I fuck with Rob Zombie.
The newer with Jamie Lee Curtis.
2008 and the next one, 2012.
No, I'm talking about like Halloween Ends and like Halloween like whatever the fuck
most recent one.
You're talking about the most recent.
Okay, the reason he hasn't mentioned this is because he loves his franchise, Scream.
Here's the thing.
Thank you, Graham.
Okay, look.
Fucking got him.
Scream is something that I've already accepted has become a Flanderization of what it was intended to be, which is a satirization of the slasher subgenre as a whole. It is just become like, instead of a standout thing that's calling a little bit of tongue-in-cheek satire to it, while also like standing out as its own horror icon, it has essentially been milked dry and become a parody of itself. I will accept that. I don't like that. And that bums me out, but I can still go back and enjoy the rest of the Screams, right? But Scream has just been made over and over and over again. Anaconda, I think, after the first one, just became sci-fi originals, like the Sci-Fi Channel. Once again ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I beseech you, listeners, who of the employed masses gives a flying fuck that Anaconda is rebooted and bad? I'm going to see it. I'm going to watch it. Why? Because I don't have self-respect, but I got a lot of free time, brother. All right. I will watch this. I don't want to say enjoy it.
I would be willing to bet you that AZ is going to watch it and text and be like, guys, it wasn't that bad.
Wasn't that bad? The bar is already low. I hate Jack Black. I find Paul Rudd tolerable. And I firmly believe that this movie will be just pretty okay and well deserving of that 2.7. That's just me, though. That is me.
Well, whenever AZ watches it, we'll get back on and do his reaction and review, because I know I'm not watching it until it gets on streaming and until I get on certain, get on that because I'm not watching that shit.
So
we'll see who ends up being the supreme authority on that. And speaking of Supreme,
we're doing Doomsday next.
Oh, we're doing Doomsday next? I thought we were going to save that for Luis.
No, we're saving Marty Supreme for Luis.
Oh, yeah, so we can eat his words on how Timothée Chalamet's actually good. All right. Let's talk Doomsday.
Let's talk about the big-ass elephant in the room.
The biggest of elephants, the woolly mammoth.
Teasers keep coming out, and Disney's trying to play with me and think I don't know. Disney forgets that I spent 5 years investigating shit and looking at data and understanding and compiling information and coming to a conclusion.
Seen every equation.
I seen it all. You know that clip of what's his name, Ben Affleck in The Accountant, when he's writing on shit on the glass?
Yes.
That's me when I see these little leaks. Now, of course, my job has gotten a little bit harder with the dawn of AI and generative AI. It's making shit a bit difficult. I can still see. Now, see the thing is, they posted that clip, the first clip of the Steve teaser, and it was the right one. I was like, I know this one's real, but the second one, some dumbass decided to recreate it, and I know Kevin Feige sent black operatives to his house, sent a strike team to wipe him out. It's black ops. That's the operative word, black.
My God.
Am I wrong? It's not called Call of Duty African American Ops. It's Call of Duty Black Ops. Simple. So he sent
No.
it's the strike team to clear him out. But
Dude,
like
but
those,
that first teaser is so bad
it's like
that
it's
even the real one that
plain.
is in theaters looks AI.
It does, and I watched both because I saw the one online that was the real leak, but then they tried to claim it was fake. Then someone made that fake one. I was like, "This is fake.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to tell me it's real?" Then I saw it in the theater before I watched Avatar. Before I watched Avatar, they had it on the screen. I was like, "This doesn't do anything for me." Now that Odyssey teaser, I about dropped my drawers. But the the Doomsday teaser did not care. Fast forward to this week, I wake up, do my shit, go to work, be an employed member of society, and I open the app known as Twitter. We don't call it X because I don't know what the fuck that is. We open Twitter like a good, hardworking American citizen. I open Twitter, and I see
Women and Twitter in the same sentence is crazy.
it is crazy. I can't believe I said those words. I open the tweeter machine, and I see Chris Hemsworth. I hear Chris Hemsworth's voice. I already know what the fuck going on,
And
bro.
he ain't making no jokes.
I stood up out my seat, bro. Here's one thing about the Russos. I will give them that. They did a good job handling Thor.
Oh, they did the best job.
Because
as much as Ragnarok is good, that's the one instance that his jokiness and that tone works with that story. And obviously, we've shit on Love and Thunder more than enough that we don't even have to fucking talk about that because I don't want to talk about that. But that did such a 180 on Thor's arc, which, like, to me, honestly, Thor is like the Obi-Wan of Marvel.
Yes, bro.
Like, dude has been through so much shit out of anyone right now. Steve, I mean,
Steve had the happy life. He got the
Steve
happy
went
ending.
back and had the happy life. Iron Man, I guess you could probably put Tony up there, but Thor lost his brother, lost his father, lost
his whole
90% of his planet. And when you start that teaser off with this like kind of what's the S word? Like solemn
soliloquy.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But he's like sad. Like the brothers obviously has gone through some shit. And
Somber.
That's what I was looking for. There you go.
Spelling bee champion.
That's how you do a fucking teaser, and that's how you set up.
Especially like compared to the first one, where it was just Captain America on a motorcycle picking up a baby. Ask me. Go ahead. Ask me right now, Matt Graham. Ask me how much I care about that baby.
I don't give a fuck.
Not a goddamn bit. Not a goddamn bit. I'm not even going to wait for you to ask because I don't give a fuck about the baby. What is the baby going to do? Who's the baby? I don't ask questions about the baby. This is my friend. This is my small son. His name is Aaron Rodgers, and apparently this is a fucking like NFL sequel. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care about the baby. That could happen. The baby could be Jesus Christ, the first canonical mutant in Marvel, and I would not give a rat's ass. I don't care about the baby. This had weight to it. This felt like it was going to be going somewhere.
Absolutely.
It also helped me slightly care about Thor's daughter, or at least like think of her as a real person. Because I'm going to be honest, the end of Love and Thunder is shot like a PlayStation commercial, and I did not fully believe at all that I was supposed to care about this child.
Put it this way: like Love and Thunder did so much damage to Thor's, at least to me, to Thor's reputation. Because Thor is one of the hardest fucking characters. Not just in the MCU, but also in the comics. Brother be doing some feats. That's why he's the god of thunder.
In a lot of stories, dude, he's literally the last surviving like character. I would even say immortal person in a bunch of storylines. And I think that's the kind of shit that you've got to bring Thor back to. Not this fucking jokester and such a set in a weird tone. And I agree with you, with what you said about the Russo brothers, is that they've never none of their movies have really been jokey, except for Spider-Man and Civil War, which I think
It
the
worked.
way they did Spider-Man and
That
Civil
works.
War is better than all three of his solo movies.
I agree.
I
I would
so
put it,
I
I would
just
put it
think,
right under No Way Home
well,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, yeah, because
until Brand New Day comes out. Then I start glazing.
hey, but that's big ups to Dustin Daniel Crichton.
My
hopefully.
God,
Yeah.
DDC.
But I think
I'm not saying what I was about to say. I'm not going to say.
I
I'm so
think
sorry, guys.
they should have at least done something similar with the Steve teaser
Mhm.
where because okay, we'll kind of get into the rumor talk a little bit because what I've heard is that Doom is going around and destroying anomalies in universes, and
Shit.
Love is one
Nexus
of them.
beings.
Not necessarily Nexus beings, but anomalies where they shouldn't be where they are, which
So like
love
pruning, basically.
sort of kind of so, and because supposedly in the movie he is using TVA technology, so he has the ability to prune things to which I think what he's pruning is how he's creating Battleworld, which is what we see in pretty much Deadpool and Wolverine.
The
I
void
think
type shit.
that's Deadpool and Wolverine. I think set up Battleworld, and we didn't even fucking realize it until now, with the rumors that we're hearing about Doom going into, because Steve is an anomaly now. He is in a timeline where now there's two Caps that exist. You know, he's probably still frozen, and Peggy and him are together. So Peggy is with this other universe, Steve, while her universe, Steve, is still frozen in ice. So Doom goes there. Either I think he just wipes out that timeline. I think Peggy and that kid are done because he just messed it up. Because Steve, as much as he wanted that happy ending, and he thinks what he's doing, going back and setting the stones back into their respective places, he's screwing things up. He's fucking up the multiverse, the timelines, and all that. And I think this would be the second offense of Steve when he went back and got the Tesseract that first time. He's fighting himself. That right there causes an anomaly, causes a incursion. So what's probably happening is that Steve probably doesn't know what the fucking incursion is. I love Steve to death, but he's a little dumb when it comes to out, because one of my favorite shots in the entire Marvel cinematic is when he goes to space the first time. And you can see
when you see his eyes and his eyes light up.
Right. So
I love that shot.
Is a little ignorant to how cosmic things happen. So I think without even realizing, he's causing an incursion on this universe that he travels to become happy. And I think if they would have just had some kind of dialogue of Steve talking about that, like, for instance, say, all I wanted was to be happy. I went through this whole life, and now I'm causing the people that I love the most to suffer because of what I've done. And now I have this thing, this enemy that Thor, like, I feel like each teaser should have that word enemy, like the one, like how Thor's talking about, like, now there's a new enemy. And he's talking to Odin. He's like, I need all the power that I can get because of how supreme this new enemy is. I just think that this teaser, like, it hit. It gives you chills. Much harder. And it's the complete polar opposite of what happened with the Steve one. And Steve is such a big character. Like, I'm probably the main one defending Steve coming back because he started it all, you know, like he, other than Iron Man, like, you know, like he's a staple in
the first Avenger
when Marvel was at its peak. And so like I'm completely fine with him coming back. And I also, as much as I love Sam, his movie sucked. And that's not anything against the character of Sam Wilson by any means. But I think the best thing with Sam is when he is either with Steve or like something's going, like their stories interconnected. And I think that's what I'm excited to see come up, is like, because Sam is Cap, and now Cap's back. We got two Caps. Who's going to lead who? Who's going to lead what team? Who's going to lead which? Obviously, I feel like it's such a no-brainer that Steve is going to run the original team and Sam's going to lead the new team in Secret Wars.
Yep. And I think it's also going to be like, you remember in the comics when there's a specific panel, and I have a strong feeling Marvel's going to do this exact thing. In the comics, Steve Rogers makes it very apparent that Sam Wilson is Captain America. And he's like, that's Captain America. Yeah. I'm just Steve nowadays. And he goes by the Commander Rogers person. And I know we already got that. We kind of sort of already got that.
Well, see, now you could just full on go Nomad.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Everyone
we could
wanted
do
Nomad because he was pretty much
Infinity
Nomad
War.
in Infinity War. He just didn't go by that name. And now you could full on do that. And it works because he is a nomad now. He's bouncing between
timelines
and worlds that don't exist now, in a new world that is nothing like he's known, So like I'm super hyped, but I just think that first teaser was so bad that it was so bad, and for that to be the first one, like that shit just did not hit.
I know what they're trying to do, because like Steve is the first Avenger and he's like the leader of the Avengers and everything, and I get what they're going for.
He is the epitome Avenger.
The way I would have done it would have been kind of like you said, like kind of like the Thor one, but have him be like all these years frozen in ice or whatever, all these years saving the world. Do we make the right choices? Either way, I'm here till the end of the line. And then like crescendo the score, have him picking up the costume. As a matter of fact, fuck the costume, have him picking up the shield.
Yeah.
Because how do you explain him having a shield? That'd be some sick ass shit. Because Sam has his own shield.
But he gave Sam his shield at the end of Endgame.
So this is the shield he took with him into the time loop. So we will see him stepping into the Commander Rogers mantle versus the way they're framing it as him coming back as Captain America.
He could be. So what's kind of cool about the whole Doom thing is that Doom could convince him to be on his team, because in reality, Doom is stopping the incursions.
Mm-hmm.
Doom is in his own mind and in his own way, and he's saving the world. So I kind of think that we could be getting a Hydra Cap sort of thing. I don't think it'll be Hydra Cap, because I don't see how, that's just too many things to do. Like, you can't do Hydra in the middle of Doomsday.
I feel like they wouldn't be able to do it because they already have the whole evil Tony Stark angle with the Doctor Doom thing going. And that brings me to my main point about Doomsday, and the thing that I've had the most skepticism about. Doctor Doom, as you can see here, is my favorite boy. I just don't have a bigger poster of him. And he is my favorite character in all of Marvel. And the thing that is going
Doom
the
is pleased.
strongest against this movie for me is the fact that this is not just a Avengers film. This is not just a X-Men introduction film, but the biggest part of this is the introduction for the MCU fan base to Doom, because a big overlap with that is the comic book community and people who know him as an established character. And I will say the Doom pivot does make sense compared to Kang, because like Kang is a character that is more so niche, right? People didn't know him until people who read comics are well aware of him, but general audiences, they're like, who the fuck is Kang the Conqueror? Who the fuck is that? I've never heard of
comics,
this guy.
He's such a low, like, I'd rather fucking watch Annihilus on screen than Kang.
If you think about it, bro, they took a gamble on Kang, and the only reason why they're not going forward is because of the whole Jonathan Majors situation.
Not even just that. I feel like it's also good for them because, like, think about it, right? They already have the multiverse, which is a tired trope cinematically and just throughout pop culture, getting very annoying for a lot of people. It's getting stale,
rebooting the shit,
right?
Right. motherfuckers.
Not even just that, but like everybody's doing a multiverse.
Invincible, everything, everywhere, all
Rick
at
and
once.
Morty.
Invincible, everything
Rick
all
and
at once.
Morty.
Rick and Morty built off the concept of a multiverse, like everything doing a multiverse all around the same time, to where it is impossible to escape it. Even fucking Angry Birds is a goddamn multiverse, right?
Yeah.
It's just annoying, right? So we're at a point where that concept is stale, and we need something new and fresh and invigorating. And I feel like putting Kang in there, a somewhat multiverse related, but more so time travel, right? Which
Yeah.
is already kind of a messy thing narratively to deal with. I think would have been dicey anyway. So focusing on just Doom, I feel like you could really just streamline that more. You don't have to have the audience thinking of like, okay, is a multiverse like an alternate universe different from a timeline, et cetera, et cetera. Or how does
But
the branch universe theory work? Having to work out the
that's the
minutia of it all. I think it's a
that's the
good
thing
thing
though
in that regard.
with Loki and not WandaVision. No, both seasons of Loki. I feel like it did a good job establishing how Kang would be a variable threat within the multiverse. Him and his multiple variants. He's like, I am the one variant who's holding this shit together. The rest of these are all fucking evil. You wait until you meet my others. You know what I mean? So I think they had a good setup, but Marvel was like, oh shit, Jonathan Majors is in this shit. What do? Let's call Robert Downey. Let's throw him some money his
I
way.
agree, but I think setting that up and having the one and only fucking Doom come in and take all that power from all the kings is so fucking sick that that's. I mean, I think the only thing that's getting people cautious about Doom is already
the RDJ casting.
I
feel like if it was just Doom by himself.
Now that I've had time to sit on it for so long since the casting, dude, I honestly think it really is the perfect fucking choice. I really do.
Interesting.
Obviously
Elaborate.
I would want.
Yeah, please.
I mean, there's so many other actors that you obviously can think of. Cillian Murphy, Nickelodeon, whatever from.
I would have preferred Mads Mikkelsen, but they already wasted him in
Mikkelsen?
Doctor Strange.
Exactly. He was great in Doctor Strange, but I think the guy who played Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones,
Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
Yes,
my fucking
he
goat.
has been my pick from the get-go.
I said him and Vigo. Because those are my top
Vigo
two
would have
picks.
been incredible.
Vigo would have been
incredible.
Fucking sick, dog.
But
Think about it.
If they make this work, and if they really do tie this into, so this is a rumor. This is big. This is tiniest grain of salt. If what has happened is in a different timeline, different universe, Tony's parents don't get killed by the Winter Soldier.
Is this where he adopts the adoption theory? Go ahead. Keep going. I know where you're at now. Keep going though.
What's Doom's mother's name? Why am I blanking? The witch. Cynthia Von Doom. They're traveling. They're Romani, so they're gypsies. I don't know exactly how it happens. I don't think anyone really knows, but I think what happens is that Tony Stark's parents die. Cynthia Von Doom and her gypsy Romani clan in Latveria happen to stumble across this child, and they probably don't know anything about the Starks. They take this baby, and it's like, okay, this will be our baby. We're gonna. It's Victor. Name of Victor, and that's how you get the Tony Stark becoming Dr. Doom thing. And it just, to me, if that is how they do it, and then Cynthia is a witch, she she's doing the whole magical stuff, because in the A on the posters there's runes all on the bottom. So he has his magical abilities. So I think it's already stated. And, I'm just like, dude, seeing Spider-Man potentially meeting up with Doom and having this reaction of like, holy shit, Mr. Stark. As corny as that
you're still alive?
sound, yeah, but not corny or cringy. You know,
Well,
I think
here's the
that
thing.
would
I've
be fucking
heard
incredible. And then Steve, who's already fought Tony multiple times, like I just think, dude, I'm like, holy shit, this is fucking
You know,
sick.
when you put it that way, it does make it seem more enticing. Because for me, I was like, dude, Doctor Doom is so big as far as Marvel characters go. You have to find the right actor, because this is
And
someone
RDJ
who's doing
is
this.
the best actor in all the
I
movies.
I don't even
I won't deny.
I
won't
think
deny
I
that.
think
I'm saying,
genuinely
like,
the
I was
best thing
thinking
that
in
they have
terms of,
going for
like,
them with the RDJ situation, it feels like the way that to play Luis in the situation, right?
oh
I
god,
think at most it looks a
I
lot
thought we got
like
away with him being
not
off tonight.
necessarily a safety net, but more so just padding, cushioning for the blow. But whether or not it's enough cushioning will have to be seen, because like sure, there's multiple safety nets or multiple like little breaks and buffers that this affords them, right? There's the brand recognition of RDJ as Iron Man, right? There's people wanting him back, especially with that yearning after his sacrifice in Endgame, right? There's him being the linchpin of the MCU. There's a lot of weight. There's a lot of ways you can
there's
mold this,
also,
but for as
if this
many
doesn't work,
ways
they can
as it
always
can
be
go
a
right,
reboot and do multiverse shit and be like, oh,
but
it
that's
wasn't
what I'm
really
saying.
Doom,
Like,
just a clone.
as much as it goes right, this can easily go wrong. Because think about it, right? We've already had it stated by Feige that this isn't quote unquote true Doom or whatever, right? That this is essentially
Praise be
a
to
Doom,
Allah.
but it may not be the real Doom for the MCU. But what makes Doom very interesting more than anything is his dynamic with Reed Richards. If this Doom does not know Reed, what the fuck is the point?
Okay,
Why
okay,
should I
okay,
care when those two are on screen?
Exactly.
okay. Hold,
That
because
entire dynamic is lost.
I
Go.
think the reason they're using this as a variant Tony Stark is to make sense of the trash that was set up during the Kane situation. You have all this build up to variants and alternate versions of them, and none of it really kind of makes any sense right now. And I think the only way you can make sense of that is to make this be the Supreme Avenger setup, the one who started it all. It happened to be an alternate version of Tony Stark. You know what I mean? So I think it's not necessarily backtracking. I think it's just making sense of a cobbled up pile of mess that has already been set up.
It's essentially like they realize they have a pig and they got to put lipstick on it to make it look better. And I understand that, but it's just like
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I can't get past because it's so intrinsic to the character, right?
But hold on,
And Doom,
isn't Kang a descendant of Richards in a way?
He
it's
is.
something that is
He's like,
never
Okay.
locked in the comic.
like-
He's not necessarily a descendant of Richards, but he's also not necessarily a descendant of Doom. They've never locked it in. It's kind of been one of those
Right.
really wishy-washy things within
at
Marvel.
Okay. Well, the
At one
MCU will
point-
take wishy-washy things
at
and
one point, he is like the 35th century's descendant of Reed Richards, which it would make sense in the.
that's how Doom
we just
learns
got.
of Reed. And I
Exactly.
think
So it would make sense with how we saw that post credits of in Fantastic Four. Okay,
But I
he's
feel like
meeting his
there's no way they could
grandfather or whatever.
smoothly handle that. Because think about that. We're looking at this through the lens of people with prior knowledge of the comics. Look at that through the
That's
general
true.
audience
We
vibe.
all
That
know.
feels to me. That feels to me not even just convoluted. It feels like a fucking soap opera. Like, oh, this is your twin brother and your other twin
is
brother,
that not what the
and they're
relationship of those?
pregnant.
Is that not what the relationship between those two is? It's like a fucking
The
soap opera
relationship
between Reed and Doom.
It's not necessarily
That
that.
shit
It's
is
like
like
it's
Jake
the
from
best.
Avatar
One of
and
the closer
Quaritch. They hate each
encapsulations
other.
I can give of it, it's like it is like somebody knowing that
Stop this.
it's like two of the most unrelatable people on the face of the earth can only really relate to each other. And one of them is open to that and wants to help this person more than anything because they value them as a friend. And the other one is like, I need nobody, and I especially don't need this motherfucker who's pushing and trying to help me because
He said,
God forbid
"Fuck
Dr.
you, bitch,
Doom
die."
has any respect for anybody. That would be him conceding, him admitting defeat, and that is what keeps him going. That hatred, that drive to
But
maintain
you know
absolute
who
power and
also
do it of
has
his own accord.
you know who
And that's
also has
and if
that
he doesn't have that
inheritance?
foil,
Tony Stark. So that's what I think
Tony
you're
Stark is in the set. It's different though. Tony Stark is more so
it is.
on the
It
hopeful side of
is.
like being a futurist,
Okay,
right?
yeah,
Of looking towards tomorrow, right?
right.
However, Doom inside of looking towards tomorrow,
Mhm.
right? Tony's willing to do collaboration in the sense of community. As to where Victor is more of a character who's like everyone else is incompetent. I'm looking towards the future, and every future
Okay,
I see, I'm the one who needs to do this.
it's how you grow up. Tony Stark grew
Mhm.
up
There can only
with
be
parents
Doom.
older. You know, he was however old he was whenever his parents died. When you lose them at such a
16.
young, you lose them at such a young age, like what we're hearing as a child, you're not getting that sense of camaraderie or willingness to join up with someone when, if the rumor is true, you're
Now,
from the get-go being raised by these people who are known to move around and all this stuff. So I think with how Doom's mindset, Tony Stark is already a genius. He is born to be a genius. Doctor
Mhm.
Doom is too. So I think that that's how it could work. Is that you're putting it's a victim of circumstance. So
Yeah.
you're putting Tony Stark in a
Product
complete
of the environment.
exactly putting him in a completely different environment, completely different raise. You know, I think that that's how it can work. Now the whole I agree with you. I think that this is obviously such a pivot that they didn't have the time they probably should to develop that Reed and Doom relationship. But Doom was in the fucking tower at the end of that movie. Like he knows about
maybe
I
Nathaniel.
think
He
it is
here's my thing.
possible that what
I
they're gonna
think that
do is they're gonna
what
take
they're gonna do.
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think what they're doing with this Doom, this is a filler. This is like a big ass filler episode between the end of Endgame, that whole multiversal saga kicking off, and we're gonna see the real Doom once we get closer to either the end of
Secret Wars.
this movie, or we're gonna get the end of Secret Wars.
They get Secret Wars.
And
If
the way they're
this
gonna set it up,
Doom Stark turns
hold
out to
on,
be a robot, I swear to God,
the way
Oh,
I
if he's
feel-
a Doombot? No.
no, he's not Doombot. He's gonna
it would be
he's gonna be
accurate for something for Doom to do, but I don't think they would handle that in a
No,
smooth way.
The
I
way they're
don't
gonna
think
do
we're
it is that
giving
he's gonna pull up, the real Doom is gonna pull up and be like, this person has been
It's a
fucking
fraud.
besmirching my name. Let me show you. There's only one and only Doom, and he's gonna fucking nuke.
Dude, hey, you know what would
Ah.
be crazy? You know what would be crazy if they redid the spine ripping scene
Ooh, but
it's the real Doom ripping out RDJ's spine.
Mhm.
That would be kind of cool. But I don't think we're giving them enough credit.
We're
I
not.
think the Russo brothers fucking realize that they're dealing with Doom. And I think
And also one of the
I
biggest
think the
pivots
people
from
that make money that go and watch these movies are more normal people than we are that know this much about Doom.
We're
and know
highly educated.
Yeah, I think we're overestimating the thought process of normies with how they're going to do things. And I think
I'm trying to think of like
You said it
things that
earlier.
certain people would look at through the lens of like
the lens of comic knowers. We got
yeah,
from a regular
the
person.
smoothest way I can think of, right, which I feel like would go over well with like not well, but adequately with a general audience person, and is not knowledgeable on Doom, but just knows that he's a guy that exists out there, and he's a guy that they've talked about, right? Let's say they have like a series of flashbacks with him and Reed, right? They do something like that. Maybe that's fine. Because I feel like if they have the actual Doom, quote unquote, come out and do this spine rip thing, like, while that would be cool, I just feel like more than likely he'll probably do that to Kang. Probably end up doing it to Kang. Doing it to Thanos at this point would just be a mood because I'm like, dude, I've seen you die like 3 times. I don't give a shit
and it's
anymore.
almost
Thanos has
reminds
died
me
in
of when
multiple ways.
Ultron when Ultron evolves
ripped
into his
his
next
fucking-
stage and rips the
Yes,
older one
And there's the
out.
vivisection. Exactly.
So I think, and I also maybe am discrediting normies on how I think everyone in the world knows about Doctor Doom and how much.
I would
like,
say
think that
he's very well known. Yeah.
I think he's
I
more
think-
known than a Thanos, a Kang, than 99% of a villain that has been put to Marvel screen. So
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because if you're
Um,
not a comic knower like how we are, you hear a name like Thanos without going into those movies, you're like, who's that?
and
Kang?
Thanos was
Definitely
kind
not
of like
gonna
the
know who that
Guardians of
is.
the Galaxy before the Marvel movie. Like, I mean, yeah, he was cool to the comic book readers, but to everyone else,
He was
he's
just like,
fucking.
Doctor Doom has had the privilege of being in not only all of the 90s Marvel animated stuff, but also very early on being introduced into video games through things like Ultimate Alliance and
yeah.
Marvel vs. Capcom. Been in the
Wasn't he in
2000s
the,
Fantastic Four
animated-
movies, which were
yeah.
designed to have just broad appeal. Even in Fantastic Four World's Greatest Heroes. Like, he's
Yeah.
been in a variety of things. Avengers, he's had significant roles where he's voiced
X-Men.
by... I forget exactly who, but he's made cameos in X-Men. Like, he's very much a also not even to mention one of the greatest rappers of all time, MF Doom,
MF
taking
Doom.
his likeness and paying homage to the villain of Doctor Doom.
I'm calling
He's through
myself
that correlation
MF
alone.
Magneto soon.
Yeah, like he's a very well known person. So there's definitely like worse guys they could have picked. They could have picked fucking Saruman, who
I don't
sucks.
think
It's just a pterodactyl.
I don't think we'll
Saruman.
see
It's a
much
pterodactyl.
of
No, bro.
the Doom and Reed relationship in Doomsday because we haven't even brought up the newest teaser that we haven't even seen in theaters yet, which is the fucking X-Men, which is Cyclops.
That's if
Or as I like to
that's
call it,
if
the
that one
X-Men, 'cause this
is
trailer gonna
solid.
be sexy, bro.
Dude, I think
I am sad he
think
doesn't
that
have the
that's-
trunks.
This is gonna
He
be
has
the
the
best
unitar,
one.
but doesn't have the trunks.
Nah, fuck the trunks,
I
brother.
think this is good enough.
That
for
shit
me,
is
bro.
clean. And so what I also you notice
The
in
yellow
that fact,
fucking visor.
the Sentinels are walking around in the back.
Mhm.
Doom's controlling the Sentinels. So I think
Also, Graham, thought process. The Sentinels are also the same Sentinels that this is the same, I guess the same, if not the same timeline, a parallel timeline to the one where they pulled the Wolverine that's in Deadpool and Wolverine, where all of his fucking X-Mansion and X-Men friends died because of the Sentinels. So this is kind of like this is where all of this shit's gonna come together, bro. That X-Men teaser, it's gonna do everything that we
also
wanted.
have to figure out how they're going to consolidate because we don't know if the Monica Rambeau universe where she's with Binary, like that form of her
Yes.
mom, that's Captain Marvel,
Yes.
and Kelsey Grammer's Beast, is anything going to come of that? There's so many post-credit scenes that
think
have
so.
yet to be resolved.
I think
dude,
that
that
I
one
I
think
will
all
feel
that
like
shit's getting. I
they
think
may
all
just get
that
swept to
shit's
the
gonna be
wayside.
like. I think they're gonna go forward and act like a lot of shit in Phase 5
didn't happen.
fucking happen, and I think that's the best
Yeah,
thing for
exactly.
them to do. I think that's the best thing for them to do, because who fucking like obviously I want Kelsey Grammer back, and that post credit scene was cool. I
That
could
shit was
fucking
sick,
care
bro.
less if Monica Rambeau and her mom are in this shit, and if they try to
Also,
if they want to
another-
break their back to make that shit matter, dude, you've got other shit to worry about.
If they want to
the
explain
way
if
they
that
do
is
it-
the actual X-Men timeline or not, I would like that at least as a clarification because that is confusing.
I
They're
think
wearing their
the way-
traditional
the way they're
costumes, but it's
gonna
not like
do
the
it-
Grant Morrison black and blue ones from like the Bryan Singer X-Men days. So it's
Right.
like where are we? Like what is happening? I just want that clarification. That's
I
just me
don't
though.
think
It's semantics.
I don't think
what
that
we'll
this
get is
has-
that what's it called? That universe. I don't even know what designation they have it as, 8-3 whatever. But I feel like you said, AZ, that will be our main X-Men universe, and the Foxmen is some random shit. But the Foxmen
Some
actor is
variation.
gonna be gonna be cast in this universe, and that's gonna be okay. James Marsden is that 8-3 whatever universe is Scott, and that's why the costumes look all good. That's why Beast looked the way
because
he
he
did.
died in X2, right?
Yeah,
Or
he
not,
died.
X3.
He got fucking killed in
He
X3.
died at the beginning. So I don't
Gene
think that
dusted
this
his
is.
ass.
I don't think this is that same timeline. Like, yes, I think it's all the same actors, of course, but
But different timelines.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to try to necessarily tie it to that. Like if they pick which I think that just makes it more confusing. Like if you're just picking Professor X and Magneto from the Fox X-Men universe, and then the Cyclops is from a different universe,
It's
like
gonna look too
I mean,
convoluted.
too convoluted. And I mean, it could work because I don't know if y'all remember they did Secret Wars at the end of the Spider-Man animated series.
Yeah.
In the 90s, and he's kind of like on a screen just picking and choosing who he wants to bring like to help him. Like Doom could be doing that, but I don't think I just don't think that it's necessarily that Fox timeline. Now I do think all of them are going to die in Doomsday.
Yes.
I think that
Without
that's
a
what,
doubt,
and I
they're
think
killing all the timelines off. The other ones, the Foxmen, Fox.
They're essentially going to be cleaning house. They're going to be doing what DC does with their 5 minutes.
And what I think is going to be, this is what I'm really hyped up to see is Tobey Maguire. From what I've been seeing, is Tobey Maguire and Hugh Jackman and Doomsday have a lot of screen time together, and I would be willing to bet you that those two sacrifice themselves. They're gonna sacrifice themselves, and Andrew Garfield is confirmed to be in Secret Wars. So I think that that's going to set Andrew and Tom Holland to be like, oh shit, our third Spider Bro fucking died, and now
Toby's going to give Tom Holland the with great power comes great responsibility speech, and then he's going to die.
Now here's my question though: is Doomsday coming out before? Doomsday is coming out after Spider-Man: Brand New Day, right?
Yes. In like December.
Which worries me because Doomsday, granted, is what everybody's really excited for, but I'm hearing almost nothing about Spider-Man Brand New Day. We saw those little photos from the set. We said, thank you very much. That's cool. We'll check back with you in about a year. And that was it.
Yeah.
Right. And
which
we're hearing
like,
so many
honestly.
jumbled things. I like that. It's refreshing, but it's also kind of irritating because I don't feel much interest, not interest, but more so, I guess, confusion because it's got the Hulk. It's supposed to be grounded, but it features the Punisher and like a bunch of other things that don't make sense for it to be grounded. Like for the Hulk. Why is the Hulk in there? It's a street level story. Why is the Hulk in the Hulk? Put the Hulk in something that matters for him to be in. But it's just like there's so many bits and bobs to where I'm wondering how exactly this is going to play out. It's supposed to also be running in tandem with Doomsday. And I might just be being a negative Nancy. I might just be being a negative Nancy about Doomsday in the introduction. But like, if Spider-Man isn't good, people are coming for Doomsday. And if Doomsday isn't good, then the MCU is 1000% kaput. There's nothing they can do with Secret Wars. They could say that we have resurrected Christ and you will get into heaven if you come see this movie, and people will be like, send me to hell, please. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care. No one's gonna mind if this movie is anything more than mediocre. And I feel like this movie for me needs to nail 3 core tenets. It needs to nail Doom as close as it can, right? Because I don't need a comic book accurate Doom. If I want that, I'll read a comic, right? Like I believe it's Christopher Cantwell that rides the run of Doom, where he's on a bear. It's fucking amazing. It's sensational. But like I don't need a comic book accurate Doom. I can get that anywhere, right? I want a Doom that's like what was it? Was it Joel McKinnon? What is the name of the man?
Ian McMahon, my fucking goat.
Ian McMahon. The way he played Doctor Doom
don't know anything.
The way he played Doctor Doom in the 2000s Fantastic Four, right? Where he's not comic accurate, but he works as a Doom that justifies his place within that world because he works within the reason, the logic of the world. Because it wouldn't make sense to have a magical wizard king,
bro.
Exactly, that too. Right? They're both within equal scientific fields, within levels of the corporate ladder to some degree, right? And it wouldn't make sense to have a wizard king from fucking Eastern Europe in this world. The MCU, they've established other planets, gods, dimensions. They can go as crazy as they want, right?
Exactly.
But they still have to have that MCU energy to it, right? So I'm not saying like make Doom say something like, the multiverse is right behind me, isn't it? Like I don't need that. It's fucking terrible. But like,
Avengers,
give me
Doom. I hate you 3000.
Don't give me quips. Give me a man who is not necessarily unflinching in his ways to where he's like, I'm doing this because I'm evil.
Dude,
I don't need necessarily evil.
Darth Vader
I want him
in Rogue.
to be
I think
doing
it's Darth Vader in Rogue One.
Exactly. I
Don't
want that.
choke
I
on your
want that.
aspirations.
Don't
We need better.
exactly.
I need this Doom to be the way Bane was fucking moving at the when he was talking to like the bankers and CEOs in The Dark Knight Rises. Do you feel like you're in control? Like some shit that was like it's just a line that anywhere else is like okay, it's just a guy talking. But this
I
is
need
fucking
a
Doctor Doom. Oh my god,
Doom
he
is a
just said this to
man.
me.
Exactly. Like he's a guy who has made the love of his life into a skin suit and for more armor and then more power and then proceeded to take the same name of the woman whose skin he's wearing as an armor and be like, you're going to be the name of my niece and you're going to be the best person ever
We gotta
because I'm
think
a
He's
about
sweet
how
also the
guy.
dude
Doom
that
is like
went and
the ultimate
that
fucking
went to
hater.
hell to say. He's also went to hell to save his mom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I need a man who is willing to do the worst possible things and not be wavering in his convictions at all and talk down to anybody who tells him that he's wrong because
Right.
it's very obvious he's right. Why don't they know? Exactly. I need that type of hubris in this
Well, dude,
Doom. And if RDJ can do that, also hide his face. Please fill with fucking God. Don't show his face.
Hope,
no,
That's
yes.
the one
you
thing.
got to show a fucked up face for Doom. He's got to have a fucked
Do
up
it.
face.
They'll show it at
Do
the
it
I
very
mean, I
once
end
and then
honestly
hide it
when
the
the
think
real
rest.
Doom
I honestly think
Doom
that
comes to
nothing,
fuck him up.
dude. I think that that'll hit
Mm.
really hard seeing someone like Tony Stark who's been perfect. He's all chiseled up, and then
Yeah.
seeing this version of him with a fucked up face having to wear a mask. I think that that's just gonna hit.
Ooh,
Like I think
bro,
that's why I'm thinking
bro.
that, dude. I think that this shit'll work. I
I
really do.
don't. Okay, hear me out on this part. I'm about to say. I don't think this is. It's making sense, but doesn't make sense in my head. So you know how Tony, when he snapped his fingers, and it like fried his fucking body. Let's just assume that he somehow survived that shit, and his face is all fucked up. That's what we're gonna see. That's the type of Doom
That's
we're gonna
kind of
get.
cool. That's kind of
Because
cool.
his body's already he's already we know that Doom's
That's kind of
thing-
cool. That means we're not going to see it in the fucking movie.
Here come Luis hating
Here
that.
Ladies and
comes
gentlemen, the rain on our parade.
Gentlemen,
Luis has joined the episode.
fucking- Yeah.
I just think that's a badass idea, dude. Like
I think that's
having it
cool.
be-
That actually does sound pretty fucking
he
cool.
snapped his fingers and he didn't die.
And he has the stones
Another
grafted into his
theory-
hand. Oh
That's why
god,
he's
that'd be
got all
so
this
cool.
magic powers.
Oh man, that might actually be so fucking awesome.
Hey,
Oh.
built into his armor,
Mm,
man.
we
yeah.
just cooked too fucking hard.
So, dude, here's my thing, and here's me go. Let me go back to the Thor, my Thor
busted.
theory. I think because Doom is a magical being, he's
Mhm.
also a genius scientist.
Runes, bro.
Bro, Rune King Thor.
Yes.
That's the power that he's requesting in that teaser. We've already seen Odin Force Thor for 2 movies. He had it in Ragnarok, had it in Infinity War. He was a fucking fat bastard at Endgame. But I think that's
I'm about to go
I
watch
think that-
fucking Austin Powers
yeah.
soon.
I think that that's the power, and I think that that's just why that second teaser, that Thor teaser, is just so
Mhm.
much, so much better than that first one, because there's so much shit you could go off of this sad thing that he's talking about. You know, like
Well, it
the
gives you
fact-
more insight. It
best
gives you more
Thor-
insight into the character and into what the story could be moving forward, as opposed to the Steve Rogers one, where it's just like, oh, he's holding a fucking baby. Who gives a shit?
That's
When
the
the
best.
The
But-
best
but the
Thor
Thor- but the
stories
Thor
come
one
from
is
when
really
he's
cool.
depressed, when that nigga life is terrible and he's emo because he locks the fuck into whatever
Yeah,
godlike
exactly.
tapping energy. Like look at even I know Dark World is completely shit. Trust me, I know that movie sucks.
I
But look at
like
how he
it.
was. I think it was okay, but look how he was after Loki died, bro. He was locked the fuck in. Look at how he was in Ragnarok when he was like, "Oh, you don't need the hammer. You got the power within you." He was locked the fuck in. His clan, his people, Asgard got obliterated. Look at how he came in fucking Wakanda, bro. Now we're about to get that right. I feel like Love and Thunder took away that element of Thor that we forget. Like this guy's a fucking god, bro. Like he's the real deal. And I think that's what this teaser shows in a sense. It's like, okay, look,
Well, and he's
give me that strength.
magical. And he's magical. And what's the one thing other than obviously Doctor Strange, who Doctor Strange supposedly is working with Doom in this movie. He has
Interesting.
because here's the thing: Strange knows all about
Everything.
he after Multiverse of Madness, he has that third eye, so he's knowledgeable of all this shit, including incursions. Because what's her nuts? I Tanya was like, hey, incursions are happening.
You about Clea?
Yes, Clea. That's what I was
It's
thinking.
not Tanya.
Oh, that's Barbie.
That's Margot Robbie, not.
Sorry, another blonde white woman.
You're wrong.
But so, and what I think could be real sick is if you have two versions of Thor, because you have the Thor Corps on Battle World, who's like the police corps.
Throg.
And I don't know. I'm
quick question, Graham. What is Rune King Thor, and like what is he like? What I'm not that familiar with on Thor's lore, Thor's stories.
The shit that Graham went crazy on Marvel Rivals with.
Yeah.
Whenever we first started playing, Graham was.
So I think I'm pretty positive Rune King, like, didn't he? AZ, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he hang himself from Yggsgradil, the tree?
So basically, the way he does it is he goes to, I believe it's either the Lake of Nine or the Tree of Yggdrasil. But the way that Odin got his like omnipotent knowledge and like a lot of power and stuff of offering up his eye and like hanging himself in the World Tree, Thor does both. And he's like, "Fuck it, we ball. Let's see what happens here." And so he
both his eyes and hung himself. He said, "Fuck this shit. You see, kill me now."
Essentially, it's like making the ultimate sacrifice to gain like the ultimate power. And essentially, as Rune King Thor, every answer you can get to what he can do is "fuck you." That's how. Like it's just boundless, limitless power. It's one of the numerous power ups in Marvel. He can reshape reality to some degree, right? He's insanely powerful. I forgot what his exact specs are, but he is just it's just unfair. He's just very unfair to go against.
Yeah, I think that ties in with Doom with that reality shaping power, and Nathaniel, Reed's son, being able to do this. I think that's like the only way that Thor can, step up.
One of the things that makes him so incredibly powerful is the fact that like he doesn't have eyes, but like he can see, because like he can see everything at the same time.
Yes.
Bro, what if he fucking takes out his eyes? What if he takes out his eyes in that forest?
No, hold on, Graham. Remember? Or y'all remember in fucking Ragnarok when Hela knocks his one eye out? So he technically already has only one eye. He already has just one eye, even though it's a fake eye and it's the shit from Rocket. He still can lose another eye. And I mean, shit, let's just assume that Love dies or something. He's depressed. He's like, what the fuck? All this shit's happening.
I don't think Love dies. I think Doom is stealing these anomalies.
Okay, even that.
Let's say Love, Steve Rogers.
Let's say this prayer is in the forest after Doom steals Love, and he's like, give me the strength to do what I need to do to be powerful. Meaning, give me the strength I need to kill myself so I can become the Rune King Thor that I need to be to defeat this enemy. He's already lost, like I said, he's already lost his eye. It's simple, bro.
They're gonna have to nerf him. There's no way you have a Thor who can shape reality and then you still have Dr. Doom winning. There's no fucking way.
I think
I see it.
I could man, yeah, I could see it, because I think
I see
Doom's wanting obviously omnipotent power. So I think after he comes in and he cleans house with Kang, he is taking Nathaniel Richards for his power. He's taking Love for her power. He's going to try to take this power that Thor has to get to stand a chance against Doom. Somehow Doom is going to either like somehow manifest some of that power or get that power or use Thor as his Thor core.
What I said earlier
I'm thinking
about the Tony Stark who survived the snap.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. That's cosmic energy right there. That's gamma, yeah.
I'll blow my shit clean off in the fucking movie theater if they make Tony Stark survive the goddamn snap. I swear to God.
I don't think it's that. I think what Matt was saying though was that
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't. Yeah,
Bro,
I think it could
I
be
do.
cool, but of course you do.
Hey, Graham, I've been chill this episode. I've been.
You've only been here for 5 minutes.
You've been here for 5 minutes.
Exactly. I've let y'all discuss, and I've let you guys have fun. All right.
I said a negative things earlier.
I could be shitting all over this
movie.
But
I will say what I think they're probably going to do. Graham might be onto something. They haven't introduced the Molecule Man Owen Reese, and that is another MacGuffin that I think that they're not going to use. So if you're saying that he's going to be gathering up anomalies and all these really powerful sources of just like multiversal energy, the same way that he detonates that multiversal bomb by making all the what's it called? All the molecule men explode, right? In order to take out the Beyonders and the map makers. It doesn't even fucking work.
No, AZ, thank you. You brought up something I was thinking about earlier.
What I'm saying is he's going to try to do that because what I'm thinking is happened is because of everybody meddling with the time stream and doing all of their tomfuckery every 5 to 10 goddamn minutes, that the multiverse itself is like, y'all gotta go. Y'all do
the multiverse starts fighting back, which is the incursions.
Exactly. So that's what I'm thinking is happening. And he's going to try to use that to essentially do like a secondary Big Bang and remake everything. Combine it with the aspects of like how the void contains anomalies and stuff, right? Kind of like the inverse of that, just save aspects of whole worlds, whole planets, as opposed to like locations, etc., etc. It's the simplest thing for them to do, and it makes the most sense to me. And I feel like general audiences could be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I guess. Second Big Bang. Reboot it.
Doom is also trying to create. He's trying to save all of reality, but he's also trying to create his perfect reality.
Yeah,
Rune
King he wants power, but he also wants control. His control,
right? So
this is intrinsic part of his
absolute
character.
control, absolute power, and absolute control.
If he could seduce Thor with this Rune King ability to reshape reality, even if it's on a smaller scale compared to Nathaniel Richards,
he can still use that shit.
He's going to do that to make one either Battle World or his perfect reality, which is after Battle World.
I think y'all are both right in the sense that one, he'll use Rune King Thor to create Battle World. Then we get the real Doctor Doom because we already know this is going to be a one-off.
I think Nathaniel Richards is the Battle World creator.
And my question is, where the fuck do the Beyonders come in? How do we get Miles Morales in there? What the fuck is going to happen? Because there's so many different, and like I said, again, we're looking at this from a comic knower's standpoint. We know almost too much for what's coming in these movies. You know what I mean?
Y'all are gonna be disappointed. It's not gonna happen.
I don't think the Beyonders are going to be a thing.
I think we're trying. I think we're trying to look at it from a way that we can't expect Marvel Studios to proceed, only because they've done so many different things outside of the comics that we know that it can't follow this linear path anymore. It's at this point, it's whatever happens, fucking happens. As long as they do kind of on the same page as the comics. You know, Civil War, they didn't blow up a fucking school. You know, they didn't have these random ass C-list superheroes blow up a school. No, they had the Avengers blow up a hospital in Nigeria, or wherever it was.
But it was in Africa, so it was okay.
Yeah, apparently bombing Nigeria is okay if you.
What I was gonna
ask, doing it for the Christians.
What I was gonna say is, don't you think this is too much to try to cram full into one movie? Basically, Dr. Doom's origin.
1000%.
Where did he come from? What happened with his relationship with Reed Richards and the Fantastic?
It's a lot, but you have to imagine two things. One, the movie is like 3 hours.
It's gonna be long.
Of nothing. 3 hours of fucking nostalgia.
It is going to be 3 hours. Whether or not that is used well, we will have to see. But I think as for what we know now is a lot of speculation, a lot of hearsay, and us overanalyzing the trailers. But we will see if, in the end, this movie has a chance to reign supreme.
Bro, hold on.
I just want James Marsden to fucking Omega level blast.
AZ, I'm sorry to your segue, but we're not asking the real questions. when do we see Beta Ray Bill?
We're never seeing him.
He's not hearing me because we already got.
We've seen him at best in Thor Ragnarok as a cameo on the Grandmaster's fucking tower.
They cannot do the. They already utilized the kind. They kind of sort of utilized their Eric Masterson Thunderstrike bit in Love and Thunder when he was in that little rock and roll what's it called? Van Halen Thor outfit. You know what I'm saying? So that's gone. But in terms, you said we talked about the Rune King. I was like, what about the other versions of Thor that may or may not appear?
Beta Ray Bill is leading the Thor Corps on battle.
I think that's what's gonna happen. Yeah,
that'd be sick as fuck.
That he's probably gonna be with Storm.
Ooh, nah, we could get too deep into that. What were you saying about Supreme?
I don't know, bro.
Well, no. Before we advance, I have to get some shit off my chest. I have to shit on Avengers Doomsday because I know y'all been talking, y'all been slurping it off. Everyone think that we feel a certain type of way about this movie. No, this shit's gonna suck. It's gonna suck dick. It's gonna make no fucking money. It's gonna flop, and it's gonna be absolutely dog shit. They're making a movie with no fucking script, and they're going along as they go. Russo brothers are fucking washed. They're dog shit. They can't make anything, and they're fucking trash.
There is 12 hours left in the year, as of now, and
exactly
to be hateful.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Actually, no, there's not. We have one more day. We have the 31st. You're right. It's the 31st already. Yeah. That's right. I'm going out a fucking hater, and I'm coming back a fucking hater. Mark my fucking words. Mark my fucking words. This movie's gonna fucking suck dick, and we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here less.
And he's just yelling into the void.
Yes. Sorry. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be here less than a year from now, and we're gonna talk about how much it fucking sucked. And
I'll still be here saying Avatar fucking sucks.
It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good, Luis, when you get another mid installment of Blue People in
the hater, bro.
And then this
smells like bro. When Avengers Doomsday doesn't clear a fucking Billy, we'll have this conversation, bro. When it makes $400 million, and Avatar 5 and 6 both made $2 billion each, we'll have this convo.
Look. We can keep ping-ponging semantics back and forth, or we can talk about the real pinging and ponging, baby. We're talking about Marty Supreme, baby. All right, let me tell you something. Off rip, because we're already an hour into this recording. Off rip ratings, starting with Matt. Go.
I'm 4 deep in this German.
3.5 to a 4 out of 5. I'm 4 man deep in this German. I'm rubbing this shit like a Berm. Let me start my shit.
That's crazy, bro.
We're from Henny, sipping the bourbon.
Go, Graham. Go.
Sipping on bourbon.
Graham, what's your
surgeon?
Okay, Graham's currently busy. Luis, what's your
This movie is
I haven't seen this shit yet.
This movie is 3.5 stars,
brother. We're done. 3.5 stars. Oh my god, we get it. You hate Timothée, he's your nemesis.
Yeah, I mean,
oh my god, can y'all shut? God fucking forbid a motherfucker be critical about this bullshit. Goddamn.
God forbid a white boy's got motion.
Listen.
Bitch, what motion? His movie flopped. He's trash. He's a flop. He ain't that dude.
I'm gonna give this movie for my favorite little white boy, Timothée in Chalamet. Word to up there. I'm gonna give this shit off rip 4.5 out of 5.
God damn, AZ.
That's a massive
action, bro. You're a fucking dick rider, bro. He's in Big Israel's pocket, bro.
Listen. Mossad agent Timothée Chalamet.
Timothée.
No, you.
Mossad Chalamet.
Mossad Al Gaib.
AZ stands for Israel was promised his land 3,000 years ago. Is what it was.
Yeah, Israel, more like Israeli spy.
Tel Aviv's real.
Look. I'll go first. As the why this movie is not just because I played Chalamet or Netanyahu is fucking insane. That might actually be the greatest insult I've ever had bestowed upon my name.
I'll be here all week, guys.
Look, I'm on a Timothée Chalamet high since I saw him in Dune 1 and 2, and then I just went through his catalog. I saw Bones and all. I saw Call Me by Your Name. And the man,
Complete Unknown.
Complete Unknown. I did not see Complete Unknown. That is one I missed.
The Bob Dylan movie, shit's incredible.
Dune 1 and 2, fan-fucking-tastic. Watch Complete Unknown.
Right.
Yeah.
A complete unseen.
And Boyd Holbrook's freaky ass in there, bro. I fucking love Boyd. Track mud on their carpets, BD. Fucking incredible movie.
It's
Boyd needs his movie.
but I'm also not familiar with the Safdie brothers because when Uncut Gems came out, I was like a child essentially.
AZ, did you watch A Smashing Machine?
No.
Oh, then you were not introduced to the Safdie. Did you watch Oppenheimer? Damn, what the fuck you watching cartoons?
Me either.
Listen. My main reasoning is I went
dialogue fest.
That and also I went to see Barbie and I was like, what's the point? I don't want to see US war crimes in action. I just saw
dialogue fest. Graham said I don't want to watch stories.
Yeah, you're right.
Watch Avatar, shut up.
Hard, bro.
Talk about stories, watching fucking slap it.
The point
y'all watch cartoons that literally make filler episodes because they don't know what the fuck else to talk about. What do you mean dialogue?
I'm gonna change my lighting off of blue
skip filler
because I can't be associated with that filth.
The point I was making is that like you've probably seen the Safdie brothers at some point, even if you don't know you have, because like
maybe
everywhere.
Talk about Marty. Talk about Marty Supreme. Talk about Marty Supreme. We're veering off course.
Look, the point is, I'm not familiar with the Safdie brothers in their discography. The main thing I know of is primarily Uncut Gems. Discography, cinematography, whatever. It's anography. The point is, I'm not familiar with them.
None of those. It's filmography.
This was. Oh my God, we get it. You order wine at dive bars. You know film. Shut up. But look,
yes, I do. Thank you.
I hate wine, bitch. Fuck you. I hate wine.
The point is, I was not familiar. So for me, I represent more of the general audience vibe towards this movie and the Safdie Brothers catalog. And I think, as far as I've seen as an introduction to their work, I'm interested in seeing more. This movie is fascinating not only because of the story that they've crafted and how well it is put together, but just like Timothée Chalamet's performance in this as just the worst fucking worm, like this slimy little shit stain at the bottom of my shoe that I can never get off.
Yeah, that's what Luis thinks of him in his real life.
The way Luis views him in real life, I view him that same way in this movie, but I applaud him for it because I'm like, oh yeah, you're good at this. I can't. He got on that stage. He's like, I want to be the best. I am the best. I've been the best, and I'm gonna be honest. I can't fault the nigga. It would be like if Superman said that I can jump to the moon. Who am I to
give me a fucking break.
He's got it. Go ahead, Luis. Go ahead. Actually, no. Wait.
Nah, fuck him.
Matt,
go ahead, Matt.
I need some more positive.
Y'all crazy, bro. This slander is crazy. I didn't realize having taste would make me enemy of the fucking state #1, bro.
Yeah, you've been number one on my shit list for a couple weeks now.
I think I'm the right person to ask about my opinion because while I enjoy Timothée Chalamet,
I'm the right person
as an actor,
to ask.
I also can also agree with Luis about how Timothy's been acting fucking weird the last couple of weeks. See, Timmy, oh man, Timothée, man, I fuck with you, bro. I really fuck with Dune and Dune Part 2 and dog. Like I said, A Complete Unknown is my fuck. That shit means something to me, mainly because of Boyd Holbrook. But having Timothée Chalamet at this level he's at right now, you can't lie. He's unguardable. He's fucking cooking. But the difference between being the best, knowing you're the best, and just existing as the best versus look at me, I'm the best. You're not there yet, bro. Denzel Washington, I don't think at any point in his career has he said, I'm the fucking greatest of all time. He just is. Bro will be in any fucking movie. He was in Highest to Lowest. I know that shit was ass. I'll still watch it because Denzel's in it.
Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2. Was it ass? Debatable.
Yes.
Shut your ass up.
He's not though.
Yeah, Denzel's not.
He's not. He's definitely not the worst part of that very mediocre film. He's definitely not.
The point is that Timmy, I agree with being confident in your abilities because, like me, as a striving actor, I know I'm fucking talented. I know I can do the same thing as Timothée Chalamet if I had the same access. But I'm not gonna go out and be like, look at me, guys. Woo! Look at me, I'm the best. Please look at me, give me the Oscar. Woo! Suck my dick. Woo! Like, I'm not doing that shit, dude. I will let my performances and my work speak for myself. You know what I mean?
What did you
I
think
think
about the What did
his
you think
do,
about the
though.
movie?
Now, what I thought about the movie? Let me tell you something. He's
Let me tell you something.
he's locked the fuck in. He's locked
Oh,
in
yeah.
this movie. I think it's not his greatest performance because I think that still is held by Dune Part 2. But I will say he does go off in this film a lot. Now, he's I don't want to say this and sound disrespectful to the rest of the cast. He's lucky that the rest of the cast is not doing the same shit he is because they kind of just exist around him, if you will. You know,
I disagree.
I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to word that. But
Of course you do.
what my thought is, like, he just kind of
He seems less like more of a focal point and more like everybody around him, instead of being like various other points of interest, are just like wheels to help move.
What you're
along
saying is
the
that they're
story.
underwritten.
Yeah.
They're underwritten and they're not well thought
They're
out characters.
underwritten and
Thank you.
underutilized,
that's
right?
what Luis just said is what I'm thinking
It's a
because
fucking ping pong movie, fellas.
no, trust me, bro. Trust me. Like when you watch
Graham, that's not all it is. That it's not just a ping pong
It's the
movie.
same thing me and my
basically,
friend said, and then we watch it. It's pretty good.
the plot of Marty Supreme is this one Jewish shoe seller who is trying to make a name for himself into the world of ping pong and bring ping pong into the
I've
United
seen him, but I
States.
don't believe him.
He's trying to
Excuse me, table tennis.
table tennis. Thank you. My fault. My apologies
Thank
to all the table tennis
what's
players
that.
out there.
So the ping pongers.
It's like calling full
Pongas.
billiards.
Ping pong
Kill
guys.
yourself.
Graham calling it billiards. Yeah, ping
Yeah.
pong. Fuck y'all. I'll call it what I want. I'm biracial, bilingual. My fault. Ping pong. It's basically him trying to make his name in the ping pong world, compete in the world championships, beat the motherfucker from Japan, Koto Endo.
It's a
It's a good
sports
story.
it's a sports movie that touches on all the same fucking points that a regular sports movie does. It's a subpar sports movie,
Not like
and it's
F1.
a subpar biopic. It doesn't do anything revolutionary or new in those aspects. Like the
F1
things
better.
about this movie that are really good, like in which it excels in, are the direction, the acting, and
The
like
shot
obviously
selection,
and like the filmmaking is really, really good. But it's not anything you haven't seen before. It's you're taking a journey with an unlikable protagonist, right? Who is going through the trials and tribulation of greatness, right? It's like it's a great man's journey to becoming great, and that's not anything new or revolutionary. And if it weren't for the fact that the cast was stacked and the performances were really great, you can't sit here and tell me that this is the well written, the most interesting, the most new, the most innovative film of this year, or even of its kind. It's like,
are you describing Avatar or Marty Supreme?
Oh God!
Sorry,
Hey,
I'm describing Avengers Doomsday.
Luis,
Is what I'm describing.
I'll put it this way: we watched two sports biopics from the Safdie Bros,
And they're both mid.
I think the better Safdie directed this, though.
Of course.
I agree with that.
Is this the one that's playing Agamemnon in the Odyssey?
No, that's
Benny.
the guy who directed.
That's
That's
the
the
guy
guy
who
who
did
directed
Smashing
the Smashing Machine. Yeah.
Oh, so he should just act and not.
He should stick to act exactly, and that's what I was telling you.
Okay.
He's not
Whenever
the
I
best
saw the
as
movie.
direct behind the camera. He's not that great, but in front of the camera, solid. He was in Oppenheimer. He's in. I won't count Happy Gilmore too, because that shit was. He was just playing gay Elon Musk. That's all he was playing.
So Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, my fault. Yeah. So he's playing Elon Musk.
Look, well, let me just say. Look, I know my thoughts on Timothee aside. I do think he was incredible in this movie. I think there's no
dude,
denying that. I think he's a really good actor. And I think that the supporting cast was incredible. I think Odessa Zion was incredible. I think Gwyneth Paltrow, when she's actually invested in something, can actually act her ass off. She's an incredible actress.
She was great.
Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful, the motherfucker from Shark Tank, was incredible in this movie.
Mr. Bitch
No,
ass.
he was great. He's not an actor, and he's does
great
incredible in this movie.
He's great in this, but he's a bitch ass for what he said about hiring some fucking Tilly Norwood.
Of course. He said just AI. The background actors could be AI.
My ass, bro. AI that fucking hairline back on your head. How about that, bitch? Think about
Okay,
that.
but wait. While Timothee is probably one of the greatest points in this entire film, I would say.
Is he the greatest of all time?
One, no. We're not
Dude,
there
he's not
yet.
even 30 years old yet.
There's still
he just turned 30
like 2 days ago.
He's at a very promising start. He's at a very promising start for being before 30. But I want to focus on the other members of the cast, right? Just going to go down the list. I want to start with the elephant in the room, actually, because I was getting big Bad Bunny and acting energy from him because I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do this. Tyler, the Creator, is amazing.
Dude,
Tyler's great in this.
Tyler O'Connor.
Genuinely great. I have little to no complaints about his character. I found him very fun and also very genuine. Every single time he was like, "Nigga, I got kids," I started to be like, "You got no kids, do you?" I feel like you don't have kids. I feel like you just keep saying that.
You know the big fat guy that plays his friend / business partner. He's not an actor either.
He was just there on set one day, and they said, "Can you do this real quick?"
He was in a New York Knicks, the Knicks had just played the Atlanta Hawks, and Trae Young cooked the Knicks, and so they were doing like those man on the street videos, and he said, "Man, Trae Young looks like my dad's dick." He's like, "Not that I've seen it, but that's what he looks." He was in one of those videos that went viral, and he's a huge Knicks fan.
Sidewalk
The
NYC.
Safdies, yeah. The Safdies are from New York, so they're big Knicks fans and Mets fans, and so he cast him in this movie. But I think that's indicative of the type of director that Josh Safdie is that he can get people who aren't actors, like Kevin O'Leary, that guy from the Knicks video, and Tyler, who's not. He's not really an actor.
Direction.
Exactly, and get great performances out of them. I think that speaks really well on a director because he knows exactly how he needs to talk to each individual person to elicit the response that he wants and get the performance that he wants out of them. And I think that that's like incredible because there's directors that can't get good performances out of good actors, right? And the fact that he can get incredible performances out of incredible actors and motherfuckers off the street, I think is just like, wow, that's a huge achievement in and of itself.
You gave this movie a 3.5 because it doesn't sound like.
Well, it's not. I've seen the Safdie brothers' other movies. Good Time and Uncut Gems are both much better movies than Marty Supreme is. So the reason I give it a 3.5 is because it's taking everything that those movies did and everything that makes those movies great and just kind of like watering it down.
Yeah. Okay, so that was the point that my friend Danny brought up. We were talking about it after we had finished watching the film, and my friend Danny did bring up the point that because he wasn't really fully paying attention, right? Like or knowing of like following the movie as it was being advertised and stuff, right? He just knew that it was a movie. We were seeing it. That's it. And his main consensus was he's like, this feels a lot like Uncut Gems. This feels a lot like Smash Machine, like other Safdie brothers films. Like it was very reminiscent of that. And he did have the conclusion that you're getting to, Luis. So this feels more like a formulaic Safdie brothers film, right? It feels like them playing their greatest hits of things they've done before, things that they know work, with that feel less so stylistic and more so just like a checklist of things they know work in their films that people like. That was his consensus, and I can kind of see how somebody. Now, granted, I'm not familiar with the Safdie brothers, so I can't necessarily have that lens myself, right? But I can see how other people can come to that conclusion. But I will say the Safdies are incredible because I'm looking through the cast list. Kevin O'Leary from fucking Shark Tank. What?
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And I don't like him.
Yeah, I don't like him either. I despise
trust
him.
me, trust me. That plays
Him-
into his character.
It plays into it. It works very well because I'm like,
his
oh my god,
character
dude,
is
I hate you.
him being a CEO in real life, him being on Shark Tank, it works so well for his character as Rockwell. It's fucking incredible.
Mhm.
And like I said, the only reason I'm hating on him is because that comment he made about AI and Tilly Norwood. Otherwise, he did what he needed to do in this role. Fran Drescher, inconsequential part to the whole
Whatever,
movie. She doesn't really
Zionist
do
bitch,
anything.
fuck her, whatever.
She doesn't fucking do anything. The people you need to pay attention
Also-
to, besides Timmy, are Tyler, Rachel, the guy who plays Dion, and of course Rockwell and Gwyneth. Like Louis said, Gwyneth Paltrow is fucking great in this. Mind you, the things I've seen her in, she just kind of just is there. She just exists. Especially as Pepper Potts, she just
Well,
kind of
and she doesn't even remember the shit she's in.
Exactly. She doesn't.
Honestly,
do much.
that's funny as fuck, bro. Her being
I
like,
agree.
I was in that
I
shit.
agree.
I was in that
She said,
shit.
"Me?
Oh, I
Yeah.
guess
did that?"
sitting on her fucking
Nigga.
fat ass check.
Hold
On
on,
her
dude.
pussy candles.
It's got
Okay,
Yeah.
this is interesting. I'm looking at this, and this genuinely looks like a fucking Fortnite lobby. Like this is genuinely a hodgepodge of niggas from all different careers. They have George Gervin of the Spurs in this. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, dude, they have
Kemba Walker is in it. So is David Mamet, the
Tracy
playwright.
McGrady's in this whole.
Oh, this is one that I didn't
Mhm.
notice, and my
T-Mac?
friend Zach pointed out.
Yeah.
The man
T-Mac in this
with the
bitch.
golden
this
voice, that was facing
Lucy
homelessness
said the
several
same
years
shit.
ago. Ted Williams is in this.
Yep, he is. He's the guy who owns
Ted Williams is in this.
table
Mhm.
tennis little.
Well, y'all sold me. I'll
thing.
watch this instead of Avatar.
He pointed that out, and we got so happy. We're like, "Oh, good for him! He's doing things! Yay! Okay, yeah, that's good."
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's
Like,
not a
that's
bad movie. I think you
that's
should watch
awesome.
it. I think you should watch it, Graham. You would like it. It's not as kind of like. I think it's very
Now-
accessible for people, for normies. But I think
I
it's. I do think you will like it. I do think you will enjoy it, and I do think that even though it sounds kind of like lame and boring, like a movie about table tennis, what it really is does kind of hit all the familiar notes that you're like familiar with. If you've ever watched a sports movie, they'll be like,
Yeah.
okay, this is not too alienating, but you know, Josh does add enough flair that you're like, oh, this is cool. This is like interesting to watch. Also, I wanted to comment on people saying, oh, I can't like a movie if the main character's unlikable. Grow the fuck up. You guys are a bunch of pussies. Because guess what? That's what makes
Hold on.
storytelling. That's what makes stories interesting.
Even better.
Is if characters.
I think
Is if
it's better if
You
characters.
can make a
unlikable.
villain. If you can make a villain resonate with an audience, right? Make them so uncomfortable and have them feel so detestable, and they're the main character. That unease that you feel means that that person did their job. That
He's
script
not
was
a-
written
he's
well.
not
That those
a-
lines were
He's
performed
not
well.
a villain. He's just a.
That-
He's not a
piece of-
villain,
not
though.
necessarily villain,
Not
but
even a
a
piece of shit.
morally
He's just a.
reprehensible person.
He's in his back is against the wall basically 90% of the movie, and like
Yeah, he's just a-
finding
he's just
ways
a-
out of shit.
He's just a
situations.
scruffy Jewish kid from
As a con artist.
Scruffy
from New
looking
York,
nerf herder.
who's trying his best to make a better situation for himself, and ultimately at the end you see him kind of like grow and mature and realize that there's more to life than just like what trying to like
See,
be rich and famous and successful. And so he's not a bad, he's not a villain, he's not a bad guy. He's just a young stupid kid who's 23 years old, who's like who is a little bit selfish and trying to like improve his life by whatever means necessary. And I don't
the
think
vibe that I got more so was like the
Bro,
sense of like he
crazy.
has this air of pomp and circumstance and this
brewing something
bravado,
crazy.
right? This masquerade that he puts on of being this incredible like alpha dominant rich baller type to give himself that air of importance, because he knows that he'll have to work for things in life and that he has to claw tooth and nail to get there. But to some facet, he's willing to take shortcuts with the way that he exploits people, right? With the way that he's willing to lie and cheat. The necklace con when he's having sex with that actress in the shower, right? And how he's like trying to go under the guise of like, oh no, I'm just returning this to you because I wanted to sell it, but then I thought I just couldn't do that to you. And she's like, sees right through his bullshit. Everybody calls him on his bullshit, but he's willing to do anything. He leaves the mother of his child, not only with the last words of, I'm the friend, I have no idea who this woman really is, but then proceeds to leave her with a gunshot wound and their unborn child in a hospital just so that he can go play the tournament because he views his own life, his own priorities, his own view of success, that wealth, that fame as worth any cost. And I feel like that Weasley, that wormness, I feel like it even doesn't even go at the way at the end, right? I feel like whenever he has that kid and his family looks at him, right, they're like disgusted by him. It's supposed to feel good because we're like, oh well, maybe he realized what's important. No, I don't think he realized shit. I don't think he's truly had any epiphany. He just doesn't have anything else to do. And the way that the boss was like, "You will truly never be happy," right? The way Kevin O'Leary was like, "You'll never be happy if you actually win this because you'll have achieved your greatest high. There's nowhere higher than this, right?"
But that's what I'm saying. Like, this movie is so
that guy's gonna have a miserable fucking life.
This movie, I disagree. Your read of this is so interesting. That is not at all what it's saying or what the filmmaker is saying. But it's really interesting that that's what your takeaway from it is. I think, but that's why part of my reason why I was like, this is not that great a movie, because it kind of tells you exactly what it's saying in that monologue where Kevin O'Leary's like, I'm a vampire, I've been around forever, and I've seen how this ends time and time again. There was a Marty Mauser before you, and there will be countless other Marty Mausers after you, and it always ends the same. You will never be happy, and that's kind of the ultimately like the thesis
that scene
of this film
is fucking hard, bro. That
whole
whole scene in Japan was the epitome of the movie, bro.
That's the thesis of the film. And then after that, he comes back home, and then he grows up, and that, because now he has a kid, and he realizes that there's more to life than just being a selfish like little prick. And so a brat, yeah. Not a brat, just a guy who was like burdened by circumstance, and because of his shitty situation and upbringing, he kind of had to fend for himself.
Burdened by glorious purpose.
Exactly.
I think it's just my read more so from me feeling like he was using that as an excuse for his shitty actions, because nothing he said felt earnest or true the entire movie. So by the time where it got to the end where he had this supposed epiphany of maturity, I was not buying it for a fucking second. It is just because he's able to sit still. That is literally the only reason I feel like he's like, I beat the guy, I proved him the best. Now my life matters. Now I care about this kid. Now I care about this woman who I didn't give two shits about before.
No, he did care about her.
On a dime.
No, it's not changing on a dime. His life fell apart, and then he was like, wow.
I felt like in the sense of like
I think he cared about Rachel from the beginning of the film. It's just the fact that she was with Ira that he couldn't really do anything. You know, he cared about all these different
even after she leaves. He's trying so hard
that's why he's trying so hard to make it to where he wants to make it, because like if you think about it, for him reaching the pinnacle of his sport is what he needs to be successful for his people around him. He can't have the life he wants to. He's going to have now with Rachel and the baby without him being successful at table tennis. You know what I mean? Because like that's honestly the true. It's not American dream. It's the American experience. For a lot of us here in this country, if you don't hit a certain fucking, I don't know, whatever your personal goal or metric is to be successful, if you don't hit that, you can never be successful. You can never take care of the people around you. Like, I know at the end of the day, I have to find my way into performing and acting because there's nothing left for me. This is all I have. This is my dream. This is what I want. And I know it's going to be successful for me, for the people around me. Marty's thinking the same thing. That's why I was like, I fuck with this movie because I can understand where he's going, where he's coming from. Do I agree with the way he's getting there? No, not necessarily, because I'm not going to fucking blow up a gas station and fuck up somebody's dog to make it to where I want to be. However, I understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah, it's about being young and being in your 20s and being selfish and making stupid decisions.
Exactly.
All while being like really ambitious and really willing to go for it and follow your dreams despite who you might hurt along the way because you're just so incredibly selfish. But, you know, again, beauty about art being subjective is that we all kind of see it differently and see that journey and that ending.
I was more so under the conclusion of like him deciding, because I feel like with this is personally me and my morals, right? But I feel like if you are willing to put whatever drive it is, whatever hobby or whatever passion you have above a human life, at that point, whatever you do, even if you apologize, even if you look back on it, you're like, I was wrong. You suck. You still suck. You still reprehensibly suck. And for me, my perception of him going towards that life of being a father and proclaiming to the hospital staff he's the father of the child, et cetera, right? It wasn't necessarily like a pivot or anything. It just felt like him realizing there's nowhere else for me to go. I might as well now suddenly get comfortable. I feel like that care isn't truly genuine. It's just him realizing that's his only other option of
But
closest
isn't
to
him?
happiness
But isn't
because
him
he's done
showing up?
everything.
But isn't him
It's
showing
still
up
there.
even if it's the
It's
last option better
yeah.
than not showing up at all?
No, truly it
Yeah,
is. But
I do think that
I felt like
his,
because of his, I felt like he doesn't have any. Granted, no consequence that we see like when the credits like truly roll, right? We don't. But I was thinking at the end, what was going to happen was like the baby and Rachel or one or the other didn't survive, or both of them didn't, and he was going to actually have to pay for it. But he's like, but I'm the best. But I'm the best. But I'm the best. There's going to be some sort of gut punch, some sort of repercussion, and it was just hollow. It left me with a little bit of
Hollow.
a disjointed taste in my mouth,
The
I guess.
repercussions were
I
what literally what
disagree.
happened before that, were
I
the fact that
disagree.
he wasn't
Yeah,
able to compete in the world
Or
championships.
those were the
He
only
wasn't able to.
repercussions.
He wasn't able to prove to the
or I
entire
guess
world that he is the best.
Exactly, and
that's what I'm saying.
that's what
He's
makes.
forced to settle, and
But
it doesn't feel
no,
like he's really
no,
learned
I
something.
think
To
I
me, at least.
strongly disagree because, like
Mm.
Louis said, the repercussions have already been faced. He can't compete at the world on an international stage. He's left with beating Endo in Japan for a little promotional event. That's all he has left. And at that point, once he finishes that, he knows his life past this, he can never reach the heights he wants to reach anymore. So it's more so that he's accepting, like, okay, look, I need to mature. I need to grow the fuck up. My dream is dead. Now this what's next for me? It's me and this kid. This girl, this woman that I claimed to be a friend of. I really have feelings for. I need to start being a man. I need to man up and take care of this family. And I think that's what makes that transition kind of special.
Interesting. I think that's a little bit cynical. I think the end is a little bit more hopeful than that. It's like it's that like cheesy father thing where he's like nothing is more important than the life of this child before me. Everything before me doesn't matter. Everything falls off. I want to be the greatest table tennis player of all time, but now I have this baby in front of me, and that's
I
what
think
matters more than anything.
I think the
It's kind of like a
lens
cheesy
of
hopeful thing.
I
I
think
can agree
I think
on
the lens
that,
of
but
what
like, at the same time, he also didn't claim that he was a father.
that's
going
what I'm
into
saying.
the hospital. That's why I'm like,
That's what I'm saying, Matt. I'm more
Exactly.
so within the shoes of like if I were to say my view is analogous to like anybody's in the film, it is his friends and family that are in that hallway at the end scene because like he's been so disingenuous the entire film. Even after he has this grand epiphany, I don't trust him as far as I can fucking throw him. I'm like, this is your bed. You just have to lie in it. Essentially, I'm not sold on this more optimistic interpretation of it. Granted that the whole movie is very bleak. I especially enjoyed that sequence with the two sequences. For one, that opening it's like Ichi the Killer but more extreme with the opening because instead of just a drop of cum, it's all of them.
is the damn sperm into the egg, bro.
What the
The
fuck?
goddamn
I was like, what
sperm
is
armada.
happening? I said,
And
what the
then
fuck am
the
I watching
sequence
right now?
I'm pretty sure that was a
the
Look Who's
sequence of that
Talking
shootout.
homage.
Oh, what?
And then the
Look Who's Talking, that John
oh
Travolta
I
movie.
got
Or
Ichi and
Bruce
Son of the
Willis.
Mask.
I seen he
But
came
and then
inside
the other
Rachel
one was
Zion.
the way the action was shot during the shootout at the house. I enjoyed that. That was good. All in all, though, pretty good movie. It definitely is open up to a lot of art interpretation. It's one of my favorite of A24's, and I think honestly, it's another great installment in their catalog.
The most
Real
expensive
quick,
movie of
real
all time,
quick.
by the way.
Speaking of A24, bro, they're about to fuck around next year. They got like 6 films coming out back to back. The one with Glenn Powell, the one with fucking God
Don't they
damn
love
it.
AI?
They had a bunch of trailers just play before our movie. I was like, that's
The Art of Killing, the drama.
Mm-hmm. They're going crazy
Oh,
next
yeah.
year. I
Sorry,
will be
how
there.
to make a killing, not the art of killing.
I will
But
be
yeah.
there. I will be involved in one way or another.
You know what else you've been involved in, Matt?
This episode.
This incredible episode of Cinestro Core. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and or tolerating our discussions. Go see Marty Supreme in theaters. I highly recommend it. It is a great time. And speaking of going to see great times, if you want to keep up to date on more in-depth Hollywood discussions on your favorite actors, movies, TV shows, or want to know the latest inside scoops, perhaps to do with Doomsday and Brand New Day and all the MCU stuff, or the DCU intricacies with the Netflix merger and everything. If you want all those intimate details, follow Backstage OL for all your behind the stage needs. Is that the jingle? Is that
It is now.
what was that?
Until further notice.
Follow
Run a search
Backstage
track,
OL. They're
Backstage
kind of
OL.
they're like they follow them at Backstage OL on all platforms. That is Backstage OL. They are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram,
Ocean,
Twitter. They're
Lando.
expanding their market to a bunch of different areas, and I really do hope you enjoy them. Also, follow up, speaking of things you should enjoy, me and my voice and my actions. Occasionally they're on the internet and they're on YouTube for you to watch at youtube.com/Tari Singo. I recently uploaded a Master Roshi skit, and there's a video I'm working on about Santa Claus, which is probably going to end up being uploaded in
Santa
January.
Claus.
It's fine, don't worry about it. But I really do hope that I am able to do more content in the future. Hopefully you'll be in streams back, also up at twitch.tv/Tari Singo, where we play
Twitch.tv,
games.
Tari Singo.
A lot of like unasked jingle. Just
Don't worry about it.
jingle.
Tari Singo.
But we do indeed have a fun time over there. And if you want to keep up with all those happenings, follow me at twitch.tv/CharlieSango. And last but not least, if you want to know when the boys are making noise, follow our beautiful faces at Cinestro Corp. That is CINESTROCORP on all platforms. I don't know why I had a as it's a weekly gold man. But we have a lot of stuff coming up for the new year. We're very excited to go into this new year. Thank you guys so much for all your love, support, likes, and shares.
Our next episode. Usually this is the episode we do our best of whatever the year it is and kind of review that year and talk about our favorite films. But we were so we just had to talk about Marty Supreme and had to talk about Avengers Doomsday. So next week will be our review of 2025 plus our anticipated of 2026.
Also,
just so y'all know where our hype is for the year.
Real quick, an addendum that is on Twitter there, known as at the Backstage XP. That is at the BACKSTAGE XP for the Backstage Experience. Please follow them.
Rebrand.
Do it now, and do not tell them that we sent you. They don't know who we are, and legally we're not allowed to.
So repeat that at one more time.
At the Backstage XP. That is the Backstage XP. It might be in the ticker at the bottom of the screen, I believe.
It is in the ticker.
It's in the ticker. If you can read, go ahead and follow them. And
if you can't read, follow them.
It.
Even
we
if
will
you
see y'all. We'll see y'all in 2026. See y'all in about I don't know, next year.
Like 4 days, 3-4 days, hang out with the best podcast on the internet. Love y'all. See y'all at the movie.